This year, fans everywhere have been jonesing for some real quality superhero movie content. Gal Gadot, goddess that she is, came to provide. As promised, the second trailer for Wonder Woman 1984 debuted at the DC Fandom event, and is not all glitz and flashy action like the first trailer for the sequel movie was. There's even more substance. This trailer finally provides some much-wanted details about Kristen Wiig's Cheetah, including the first real glimpse at what her transformation from archaeologist Barbara Ann Minerva into her villainous alter ego looks like. Along with that, each character's motivation is more clearly summarized in the new trailer. Wonder Woman 1984 is obviously a film meant to be more about clashing personalities and dreams than about saving the world or defying the conquests of gods like the first Wonder Woman was back in 2017. It's narrower and more personal, but that doesn't mean the stakes aren't profound. Here are some small details in the new Wonder Woman 1984 trailer that you might not have caught, and what they hint at for the movie at large.
Barbara, what did you do?
The ending of the first Wonder Woman 1984 trailer, released during Brazil's Comic-Con experience in December 2019, appears to be the beginning of the second trailer. Early on, we see a simple enough cut of a carrier helicopter approaching a massive satellite receiver on a small archipelago. The kicker comes later, as the trailer ends with the fight between Diana and the now fully transformed Cheetah. There's little doubt this could be the climactic final showdown between them, given the no-holds-barred sparring they perform, and the fact that Diana is donning her slick, upgraded golden armor. But the point here is that where the battle takes place is the same location we see at the beginning of the trailer. You can tell from the concrete aesthetic and lighting, as well as from the little bit of smaller communications arrays that are briefly seen. We don't know where this is yet, of course, but it's probably the MacGuffin of Wonder Woman 1984. It's likely somehow related to whatever nefarious plot that smarmy businessman Maxwell Lord has. Cheetah is acting as a flunky for him throughout the story, so what's so critical about a satellite receiver that she must be the last line of defense against Diana? It's been a while, so it's understandable if you don't remember, but it looks like we'll be seeing more than just Diana's mother, Queen Hippolyta, reprising an Amazonian role. During the opening scene of the trailer, which depicts a portion of the Amazon games, we see a long line of Amazonian women along with young Diana. At the forefront of that line is someone else we've seen before, Venelia. It's a surprising turn to see in a flashback, as we know Venelia goes on to assist Diana's aunt Antiope in training Diana as a warrior. Perhaps in these flashbacks incorporated in Wonder Woman 1984, we'll get to see a little bit more of Diana's sisters-in-arms and her relationships with them. And hopefully the sting of getting bested by an 8-year-old during an Olympic-style competition won't last too long for Venelia. The new trailer also finally gives us a peek into Barbara Ann Minerva's motivation as a villain: jealousy.
You've always had everything, while people like me have had nothing.
It upends the presentation of her relationship with Diana in the first 1984 trailer as being pretty friendly. What everything seems to mean to Barbara, more than beauty or money, is status and confidence. To quote the woman herself,
I want to be an apex predator.
the scene in which Diana exits a limousine, all eyes turn to her at some swanky gala, is immediately followed by a sequence of Barbara walking into that same event while others look her up and down with obvious reluctance to approach. We know Barbara is an archaeologist and a colleague of Diana's, but little else is confirmed about the movie's take on the character. What could cause her to be so ostracized from her professional community and create all this hostility that she eventually unleashes on Diana, despite Diana's attempts to befriend her? A slightly less subtle small detail present are the parallels between young Diana Prince and adult Diana Prince. It happens right at the trailer's outset, as young Diana is participating in the Amazon games alongside her sisters. We watch as the tiny warrior sprints with all her might, surpassing her competitors with an expression of determination on her face. That's spliced with footage of adult Diana racing down a city street, making the exact same face her younger self did all those years ago. Then, as kid Diana bolts up the curved edges of the oval amphitheater, pumping her arms through the air and finally leaping into the open air beyond the dome, we see adult Diana slicing the city air with her gauntleted arms and then swinging her lasso of truth before flinging herself into space. It's a compelling bit of parallelism and possibly hints that Wonder Woman 1984 will be digging deeper into Diana's upbringing to show how she became the superhero she is today.
You are stronger than you believe. You have greater powers than you know.
It seems that somewhere in the course of the movie, Maxwell Lord will basically wish himself into the White House with a mysterious artifact that gives Barbara her powers and lets Diana have her long-lost love, Steve Trevor, back. In the first trailer for the film, Lord's big overture to the world about giving them what they want is filmed over a diamond-themed background. In another scene from the trailer, we see magical Gus buffeting the artifact as Lord performs some supernatural act. Perhaps he grants the whole world's wishes to gain legitimacy as president? The new trailer includes Lord's speech as well, but the broadcast takes place over several computer monitors and plays out over the airwaves as citizens hang on to Lord's every word with curious confusion. It's also clear that it's happening from the White House briefing room. Later, we see Cheetah and Wonder Woman fighting in the actual White House, and the men attacking Diana are almost certainly Secret Service as well as Capitol Police. Finally, we have a shot of Barbara and Lord on Air Force One discussing evil plans, and you can see the embroidered seal of the presidential office on Lord's seat. This is a sizable twist from what we understood from the original trailer. We were initially led to believe Lord was simply a billionaire businessman, which provides plenty of power all on its own. As Tears for Fears wisely counseled in 1985, everybody wants to rule the world. But what does more mean for Max Lord if the seat of American power isn't enough? We can't wait to find out when Wonder Woman 1984 takes flight October 2nd, 2020.